I am making another water splash sculpture. Instead of using plates, I've decided to use rope as the barrier to stop the resin running away, because I don't want it to all pool in the middle. I want it to kind of lie as flat as I can. I've taken some of the resin's already mixed, by the way. I've taken some of the resin and put it in a cup because I want it to be pretty clear apart from just the edge. So I'm going to put some Bombay ink just for the edge. And lots of resin mix, but I do have some other things if I've mixed too much. So I'm going to make two, because what I'm hoping to do is put one inside the other. And I'm not going to leave them for their usual 5.5 hours. I'm only going to leave it for like 4 hours, because I want them to be really drippy and give that like splash effect. So, I mixed, I don't know, 22 ounces of resin. And this is on like a really heavy duty plastic that like decorators would use to cover floors, not like thin plastic, it's really thick. So that's good. Oops. And I'm gonna get flashing with this, but I'm not worried about it. I can trim that off, and then my blue for around the edge. Just around the outside. And this little blend in. Okay. And the blue is what really makes it look pretty, because it's what runs down and creates the drips and the splash effects. All right, let's pop the bubbles. And be careful because it's on the plastic. I'm just going to do this really quickly. Okay, come back in about 4 hours and drape them over their shapes. Okay, I think they're ready to place over my vessels. I'm going to place this bigger one. I'll remove the ropes first. I'm going to place the bigger one over a wider form, and the smaller one over a skinnier form. So I'm going to use these cups. Lots and lots of drips. That's fine. The more drips the better, the more it'll look like a splash. Okay, for the smaller one, is that in the frame? And for the smaller one, I have to raise you up a bit. There. I'm going to put this one over this water bottle. Hopefully without getting it to stick to the other one. And while they're on their forms, you can manipulate them a little bit. See, this one's already collapsing by itself, and this one will too. So I'm going to get my heat gun. Bring this one a little closer. You can see I'm going to get my heat gun to make it even a little more relaxed. But I'm not going to use this much because I don't want to burn the plastic, obviously. Now this is Naked Fusion's resin, and it dries, as I've said many times in videos, diamond clarity. So I will want the majority of it to be clear. With blue dribbles. Okay, so we'll come back and see how this dries and whether or not it will need a base. I will probably put some sand in the bottom of it, and anyway, we'll see how it looks tomorrow, and I'll decide what I'm going to do with it in the morning. Okay, so this did not drip at all, which I'm amazed at. So it's not going to be a water splash sculpture unless I do a third layer. So what I decided to do was off camera put the bigger layer on top of the smaller layer. So now I'm going to separate them. I'm going to bring you in for a closer look, and you can see like it literally didn't drip at all. And this was just after 4 hours. I don't know if it's the temperature of the room. It's pretty cold down here. So let me separate the two, and we'll take them off. I'll undo my water bottle. So I've got 2 layers here. I mean, even if it's not a water splash, it's going to look pretty. Anyway. And they're quite thick. I'm surprised. All right, let me try and separate them. So this could be be a real battle. That's fine, let me go. Oh, thank the Lord. And I think this was the issue, this little bubble here. So, there we had it. It's not a splash, but it is a beautiful water sculpture. I've got some plastic that I need to get rid of here, which I will do off camera. I have no idea why that is there. I've got some flashing. And a great way to get rid of like flashing and stuff like that is heat up on that X-Acto knife and just go around with that, and it just like literally cuts through it like butter. So like that, see? Easy peasy, pudding and pie. That's how I'm going to get rid of the plastic. So now, obviously it's not going to stand up on its own, so I've got to decide what kind of base I'm going to put it in. So that's that for now. I think because it's so beautiful and looks like a wave of, oh, move that out, it's probably in your way, a wave of water, I am thinking I want to put it in something really, really clear. So I'm going to have a think about it. I'm going to clean it up and then we will be back. I've decided to do a third layer of this, even though this is absolutely beautiful. I've cleaned it up, I've removed all the flashing, and it's gorgeous. It's definitely going to have to need to stand in a base, but I just want more drips. So I'm going to do this, and I'm going to, so this was left for 4 hours and it's all really nice and thick. I've mixed a lot of resin. This layer's going to be thick, and I think I'm going to leave it for around 3.5 hours. So this was the bottle that I placed it on. This has 2 layers. I'm just going to put it right on that. My resin. Just going to plonk it right in the middle. Let that spread out. And I have my rope to keep it restrained. As much of that out as I can. And where's my torch? Let's get some bubbles out before I add the blue. Oh, everything's so sticky. And here's my blue. I'm just going to put around the edge. mixy. So the line isn't too harsh, but if you saw with the other two, they blend in really nicely. Okay. See how the rope keeps it? Just controls where it's going to spread. Let's pop some more bubbles. That'll do. And we'll come back in 3 to 3.5 hours and place it over the current sculpture. Okay, it's been 3 hours. Let me take the rope out and move this to one side. I'm going to put my sculpture in the middle, and then place this over the top and hopefully whoa, don't fall. Hopefully I will get some nice strips. And if I don't, what the heck, it's still going to be a beautiful water sculpture. I'm going to heat it up slightly so it'll drop. And it should. Dribble a little bit. If I had stones on it, it would definitely drip. But anyway, whatever, it's still going to be gorgeous. Whatever the weather. All right, that's it. Come back in the morning and fit it on its base. Okay, it is the next day and I'm so happy that it did drip. Dripped. So, oh, and it's heavy. It's really, really heavy. So you can see, let's see what I can do. I'm gonna take it off the bottle, which was its form, and let's see if I can take the top layer off the bottom 2 layers. Let me show you first. So I'm hoping you can see this. Oh, these 2 red things are what I am deciding on the bases. So let me separate the top layer from the bottom 2 layers, which should be quite simple actually. Although the folds are quite intricate because you could see how it folded and how it dripped. Well, actually, you take out the middle sculpture. That's quite easy. So 1, 2, 3. And now I am going to put them all together and decide which mold to put them in. I'm thinking I kind of want them to go into a small mold because I don't want to detract from, you know, the big splash. Okay, I'm gonna unmold my water sculpture. I'm gonna get rid of all my props that held it up. Oh God, everything's so sticky. Anyway, get all this stuff out of the way. And then just take it out of its petri dish. Some of the resin spilled over, which is fine. Don't really care about that. Oh, the petri dish is going to petri dish heaven, but I don't really care about that. It's very, very old. And I'm going to trim some of the flashing off. And there you have it. Gorge. Love. Absolutely love it. I'm going to take it into another room and bring you in for a close-up. I decided to bring it outside. Well, even the crickets have started. Anyway, it's so pretty. I love this resin. It turns out like glass. Naked Fusion. I'll leave details below. And here's like some little details. It's gorgeous. I put some beads in the bottom. Hi, Lucy. It's just stunning. I can't believe the leaves are falling already. Anyway, there you go. Water splash sculpture. That's a bit of a tongue twister. Thanks for watching. subscribe, like, share. See you in my next vid.